But post in the chat, how early is it there? I know it's like basically lunchtime on the East Coast. We wanted to pick a time that Alaska could join and also the East Coast, that it wasn't like 4 in the morning over in Alaska. So anyway, I think this one works, but we are going to kick this off for everybody. Okay, so like I said, I'm super excited about all of this, and it's going to be a amazing hour. There is going to be a little bit of training, and we'll kind of get into that. But let's see where I'm at on my notes really quick so I stay on task. Okay, something why I wanted to do this is because I truly believe taking bold, there's a quote that says taking bold focus action creates explosive results. If we are going to take advantage of the growth here in Zaya, which is available to every single one of you, if you've been here for almost 4 years, if you've been here for 2 hours, like the growth that's going to be happening here in the next few years or next few months specifically is going to be insane. We've seen it. We saw it last year. We're still kind of in the same boat a little bit as we were last year, though some people are able to go to work, but there's still a lot of work from home people. There's still a lot of people that are going to be blessed by this business who have not even heard about it yet. In fact, I live in St. George, Utah. We have 1.5 million reps down here, and yet I just went somewhere and I was talking and she was like, wait, what is it? And I was like, oh, it's called Zaya. Like, I just figured she had a rep, and she was like, I've never heard of that. How do you spell it? Like, anyway, so the potential is so huge. There are barely any people wearing it when you go out. And so our goal this year is to spread brand awareness. Our goal with this power hours to take focused action to help you guys spread your brand awareness and explode your teams, explode your business, whatever that looks like for you. So kind of really quick, we don't want to take this big, long training, but we do want to set you guys up for success in here. And that is, I've been working with a coach. I love business coaches. I think I don't know everything. So I want to definitely take in their expertise. And he talked to me about a few things, which is why we are doing this power hour. He talked to me about a few things that truly, if you can focus on, if you can put so much of your time into doing, you will find success in this business. Number one is how to host a party. We know that this is the best way to grow your business. There are times in my business I tried to do it without, and I can tell you, when I spend more time on social media or when I spend more time in a party, I make like 10 times more party or more money in a social or in a party than I do from a social media post, like by far. Parties are the number one way to grow your business. We know that they are huge. So making sure, number one, your focus for parties is that you and your reps know how to invite to host a party. I feel like that's where a lot of the disconnect is sometimes, but also how to host an effective party. Are you getting a lot of parties and are they not doing well? So then you need to adjust some things, because there are things you can do, right? Number two is customer follow-up. It's not just about sending a message. It's about creating an environment and a culture around your business by taking care of your customers. This is also such an incredible, important part of your business, which we're not going to cover this as much today, but we will here in the near future. Because your customers and the culture that you create are where you're going to get more customers, right? They're where you're going to book more parties. They're going to want to book with you. But if 91% of our reps were customers first, it's also where you're going to build your team. So that is why the parties and the customer follow-up and taking care and creating that culture is so huge. And then also launching a new rep, making sure they know how to host an effective party and making sure they know how to follow up with their reps. If we can focus on those three things, and if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling whatever and you don't know what to do, I want you to focus on these things. Get really, really good at these things, and then you can add in the extras and the fluff and the email list and all these things that you want to do in your business. But that is what this power hour is going to be focused on, is bringing it back to the basics so that we can set you guys up for success. So in this power hour, I'll keep saying power hour like 75 times. I don't know why. We will have a short training by me, like short, this is more explanation. And then also Carly, we all know, like, she is like the epitome of amazing at booking parties. And still, like, this girl is in for like 2.5, 3 years. I don't even know how long. I feel like we've been in this forever together. And she is still such an amazing party booker and hoster and all these things. So we're going to learn some things from her as well. And then we are going to get to work. This is where the bold focus action is going to create explosive results. This is where we are going to spend our time. But what I want is for this to be an extremely interactive thing. This isn't us all working in silence, though it will, just to keep down chaos and whatever. And if you're going to story, if you're going to go live, like whatever you're going to do, we don't want people chatting in the background, right? But we are going to be super interactive on the chat. And I want you guys to shout out your, I want you guys to like post questions in there, shout out successes as we get to work on this thing, shout out your questions. You have access to over almost 100 people on this call. So if you have a question like, how do I reach out to this person? How do I talk to this person? Then put it in there and somebody can give you some advice on something that they've done, right? But our goal is to take action within ourselves and get outside of our comfort zone. So let's see. And we also want to celebrate. So as you like find success with what we are doing, or if things are hitting, or just if you've taken, hey, I sent out this many messages, I want you to post that in the chat. We are all about the actions and not just the results. All right. Okay. So we are also going to be throwing out a team challenge for this thing. So what we're going to do, is, I missed this part of my notes, is we are going to take the next, 30 minutes, 20, 40 minutes and book our February and our March up as much as possible. This doesn't just mean Facebook parties. This could be as many different parties as you are wanting to do. Try the new live app. There's so many different options, which I'm going to cover here in a second. But that is what we're going to work on, is booking out our February and March parties as much as possible. There's also going to be a team challenge behind this because we love to support you guys. And I love giving away a lot of free things. And so things that I love, like this awesome ring light that is massive, that is changing my life right now. You can't see all the zits on my face, but I look like I'm not sitting in the dark. We're going to be giving away a ton of stuff. So as you participate, for working your business, we definitely want to reward you, even though you're going to be getting a ton of rewards through all the parties you're going to be doing. So let's see. The challenge will run for 5 days. So it starts now. As many parties as you can book and as many reach outs as you can get. You have from right now until January 27th at midnight Pacific time to book as many parties and to reach out to as many people as possible. I obviously think you need to reach out to your customers, and post your social media. We'll kind of cover that. You have that much time to book up your calendar. We are going to be rewarding for bookings and reach outs. So we want to reward for the action too. A post is going to count as a reach out. Okay. Reaching out, one message is going to count as a reach out, right? So all the actions that you are going to take are going to count towards this event, or towards these prizes. So I will post a Google Doc in the team page, and I want you to update it every day. You're going to write your name, you're going to write your email, and you're going to write how many reach outs you did and how many parties that you booked. That's how I think will be the best way to keep track of everything. And then for every 10 reach outs you do, it's worth 1 entry into the giveaway, and every booking is worth 1 entry. So keep track and edit that thing every day. There's going to be huge prizes, and it will depend on what those prizes are and how many we do by how many bookings there are, because that's kind of how I have to base on what I spend for everything. And then on January 28th, I'm going to go live and talk in Papaya about and draw names and everything. Okay, so we're going to start here. Let's see. And I'm going to be covering a few things. Let me grab my, can you still see me? Hopefully. Okay. So let's see here. Sorry, I am aware. Okay. So obviously when we are asking you guys to invite to book or to host parties, what we want you guys to think about are different ways that you can host parties, right? Because I think a lot of times we're like, oh, that girl already hosted a Facebook party for me or whatever. Start with your launch event. If you are brand new and you haven't done a launch, or if you've been in here for a while and you haven't done your own party with your customers for a long time, or whatever that looks like, start with your own launch event, relaunch, just do a party with you and your customers. Host a multi-host event. We have trainings of these in Papaya, and on this document, they're also linked. Host a multi-rep. If you have a bunch of new reps, or reps that haven't launched yet, or reps that have been sleeping, like haven't had time to be able to work their business, you as the leader host an event for them to invite all of their customers to, and you show them how to host a party. If your teammates are not hosting effective parties, they're not getting above $200. Not everyone will, we know that. Just some are duds. I had one that hit 1,000 and one that got one order this week with the same post. If that is you, then make sure your reps know how to host a party by hosting a multi-rep party, right? So show them exactly how. Facebook parties, Instagram parties, in-home parties. If here in Utah, some people are doing those. I don't know around. I'm not pushing that, but whatever you want to do, booths at events, not really a thing right now. Do a mystery hostess in your VIP page. Do a mystery hostess just around where you give away the rewards for people ordering through there. I challenge you to try the new live selling app. That will be a game changer for your business. A messenger event, the same post you put on Facebook, put into a messenger, invite a group, but just get creative and share your products. That is what this is about. There's not just I'm not good at Facebook parties, so I'm not going to be good at this business. No, there's so many ways to grow your business. And then I'm actually going to turn it over to Carly to kind of talk about different ways to find hostesses. And then we will come back here for a second, and then I will I'll mute myself, and we will get to work.
Good morning, you guys. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay. So yes, I'm going to talk about parties and how to connect through parties. Sarah mentioned this at the beginning about how important it is to connect with the people in the parties, connect with our customers, and then how to book parties by doing that. So now with SendShare and all the awesome apps we have, I think it's really easy to just kind of go through the motions with parties. Okay, I got my party booked. I'll check in here and there. I think it's so important that we don't allow ourselves to do that we need to be present in these parties. We need to really utilize our parties to connect with the people in them. These are free introductions to new networks that we would not have any connection to if it wasn't for this hostess who is hosting with us. So we really need to take advantage of that and take time to connect with the people in there. And a few different ways to do that. Number one, be present in the party. Make sure you are responding and reacting to every single comment that is made. Make sure you are messaging people. So I send 3 or 4 different messages, kind of depending on the path of the customer within a party. So first off, I friend everyone who is in the group who has accepted the invite. And then on the night of the live, I send them a message saying, hey, Sarah, thanks so much for joining Cassandra's party. I'm going to be going live tonight in the group page at 7 p.m. Is there anything specific you'd like for me to show? So every message I send, I always end with a question just to try to get that interaction. And then a lot of times the conversation from there, they'll say sports bras. And I'll say, well, what do you do? Do you want high impact? Do you want low impact? What is currently your favorite brand? Just getting to truly know them and listening to them via the messages and the comments they're making so that you are customizing that live and you are customizing your recommendations to the people in that party. The second message I send is the day that the party's closing, and I just say, hey, Sarah, today's the last day to order. Do you have any questions or can I help with sizing? Now that message does one of 2 things. Usually I get, oh yes, I forgot, I need to order, and it prompts them to order. Or they'll say, I'm not ordering right now, I can't afford it. And that is the perfect opportunity to ask them if they'd like to host, because we know if they host, they can get, 8 items if they hit $1,000 party for $150. So right there, if they say I can't order, I'll say, oh, no worries at all. I would love to do a party with you and get you some gear for free and half off. Would you like to see my open dates for February or whatever month I'm booking for? So that is an opportunity right there, instead of just being like, oh crap, I don't want to say anything because they don't have the money. Like, no, this is the best opportunity to get them what they want for free or half off. Who wouldn't want that? And then in that case, sometimes they'll still be like, well, I'm not sure. Then I get them into my VIP group. I ask them if they would like to have an invite to my VIP group where I share new releases and customer specials. And I had like 3 of these yesterday. I had a party. I actually had 2 parties this week that weren't great, but like 3 or 4 of them were like, I love the stuff. I just can't buy right now. So I offered to host. A couple of them said no. So then I offered to get them in my VIP group, and they were super excited about that. So just taking care of them, loving them where they're at. Lindsay Costello always says that, and I love that saying. And just taking care of them regardless. Don't blow anyone off. Like, let's truly make connections and take care of the people that we're making these connections with. Then when people do order, I send them a thank you message right away and I say, hey, Sarah, thanks so much for your order. You are going to love those light and tights. I'll be in touch with you in a week or so after you get your items to make sure you love them. Again, just little things. It's a copy and paste, you guys. I have these, I copy and paste them, and it just creates that connection with them. And you're taking care of your customers, like, again, like Sarah mentioned at the beginning. And then after their purchase, what I do, I think it is so important to have some sort of tracking system for your follow ups. If not, I guarantee you will miss people. So have some sort of tracker. I personally use a Google Sheets tracker, and I have their name and their order info. And then I check it off when I follow up with them. And then just this year, I added another column to check off if they respond. Because a lot of times people don't respond. I'll follow up and I'll say, hey, Sarah, just checking in. I see that you got your new leggings and bra. Wanted to make sure that you love them. How's everything working? And if they don't answer, then I'm not going to check off the respond box until the following week when I do my follow ups again. I'm going to reach back out to them because ultimately I want a response from them. I want to make sure that they love their product. And if they don't, we know we have just 30 days to take care of them, get them in the right size, get them in the right product. And then secondly, that is the most perfect opportunity to book a party. That is how I book 99% of my parties, is on this follow up. They say they love their stuff. I say, awesome. I'm so glad you love your new Zaya. I would love to get you more for free and half off. Would you like to see my open party dates for February? And again, sometimes they don't respond. I respond. I track that because I want to make sure that I am connecting with every single, especially at that point when they have purchased from me. I want to make sure we're getting some sort of dialogue. Number one, to just make sure that they love their stuff, and then grow the relationship from there. So follow-ups are the fortunes in the follow-up. Follow-ups are key to this business. We've got to take care of our customers. I don't know how much stuff I buy from other direct salespeople, and I never hear from them. I buy my makeup, I buy my skincare. I never hear from them. They don't follow up with me. They don't make sure I got the right colors or that I'm loving my product. People appreciate it so much, and it is so simple. And based upon what Sarah's taught us in the past with buckets, I used to do this every day and it was like too much. I just have a follow-up day. I update my tracker and I do my follow-ups one day a week. And then I go back, and anybody who hasn't responded, I follow up with them as well. So I think it's super important to have a tracker and follow up with every single person who buys from you. And then if you're like, okay, this is all great to do this in parties, but I don't have any parties booked right now, so where do I start? One thing is reach out to any previous customer. Wish them, it's still the beginning of the year. It feels like longer, but it's still just January. So you can reach out and say, hey, I hope you had a great Christmas and New Year, and I really appreciate your support last year of my business. Are you still loving your unwind joggers? Something like that, and get the conversation going. They say they love them. And then again, you can ask them if they'd like to host. I had a rep on my team who sent 72 messages like this last week because she's like, I'm not booking. I don't know. So she sent 72 messages to previous customers. She booked up her February. She's booking into March, and she had an additional 9 people who were like, well, reach out to me in the spring. So that's a huge success. And again, it was mostly a copy and paste message. She personalized it here and there, but you got to be willing to do that work because that's where the results come. So that's all I have, Sarah.
And that is why we have her on, because she is amazing. I like taking notes as well. Okay, you are awesome. Thank you so much, Carly. Let me pull up one more thing, and then we're just going to get to work. And I do know it said that everything is full. Brittany Duncan is live in Papaya right now to kind of help with that. Okay, the other ideas too for host or for inviting to host are in this little thing, right? So it's reaching out to your customers, posting a graphic. Let's see, posting a graphic. Where the heck is my thing? Oh yeah, going live on social media in your VIP group and talking about hosting and why it's amazing. But like she said, reaching back to your past customers. If you're brand new, you're doing your launch party and you're reaching out to those people in the party. You're reaching out to your family and friends to ask them to host a party. You're going to go today. You can do a story or a post about parties, open dates, and the rewards that previous customers have gotten. You can find those graphics in the marketing page. You can post, like I said, post what others have learned, send personal messages to those who comment or watch those stories and ask them to host. Do a poll in your stories, send personal messages to current customers, asking every customer to host, offer a discount if they host with you, offer a little party perk. Let's see, and also knowing that if anyone wants a discount on the kit, invite them to host a party and put the rewards towards it. So the other thing is, if you've been in a while and you're running on a drought, reach out to past hostesses as well. The last thing I'm going to say, and I get this question a lot, is every once in a while when I get in a drought, I do offer, like, have a bomber bra. If you, or I'm offering a bomber bra if they, to their host rewards, they need to earn a party for the month of February. I have done this because usually 90% of the time, then it gets my funnel going. I did this one time with a tank 18 months ago, and I have booked a party or 3 off of that one party, like keep going for a year and a half. And so to me, if my funnel is dry, I'm investing, I'm offering, maybe 4 $30 things to get in there. Sometimes they're duds, but then they don't get the bra because it was a dud. So extra party and public incentives, they haven't really come down on that. You cannot offer a discount on the kit, but if you are offering an incentive like a fun party perk, you can do that. They haven't clarified that. Like, they haven't come out and said this is a no. I've asked Jeremiah and he's like, that we're not going to regulate on, but just we are going to regulate on the kit. There was one other thing, but now I can't. Yes, I do say that they need to hit a certain level. Otherwise, I'm not just going to I did that once and I handed out a free legging to somebody who didn't even show up in her party. It was awesome. So anyway, okay, so we are going to get to work booking as many as possible. I'll post it again. This document, it has script ideas and just booking as much as possible, reaching out to as many people as possible. And I'll also post the Google trackers that you guys can update, and we will get started. So I'm going to mute myself. Cheer your, shout out your celebrations and all that, and we'll get going. All right, you guys, we are, I mean, really anyone can hang out as long as they want. But that's kind of the hour. That was super fun. This is our first one, probably a little bit rough for me. I don't usually wake up and have to talk on camera right away. But I loved everyone shouting everything out and seeing everybody working together. Honestly, you guys, as we're heading into um, 2021, obviously December is always kind of slow, and then the first 15 days of January are slow, and so many people told us that, right? Like I kept hearing like it's okay, blah blah blah, this is, it will pick up. And then with everything going on, of course, you're always like, it will pick up, like it's going to pick up. And then it's starting to explode. And the momentum that we are seeing right now in January, like we have had our best January ever in the history of the company. And we're turning 4. So that just kind of shows you the momentum and where we're heading in these last few, or these next few months. Between January or February to May are massive. And so I just challenge you guys to like stick with your goals, keep pushing. Don't, even if you haven't hit the 3x4 and that's your goal yet, like you still have so much time to be messaging and connecting. So don't give up on your goals. And if you haven't made goals, write them down, because those are definitely going to be achieved here in 2021 as you keep showing up to your business. Such an exciting time. I know here in Papaya, we passed last night what we ended at in December. And so January is always pretty slow, but to be able to pass that with, 9 days, or I don't even know, I don't want to do the math, but left is insane. So super exciting. Yeah. And I think we'll do these again and just kind of get on and work together, whoever wants to. And anyway, I think that's all. What else did I want to say? That's it. Okay. Have a good day, you guys.